Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today for our new members presentation. In this live session, we welcome our new members of the Blockchain Game Alliance so that they can introduce themselves and the projects that they're working on. So we're really excited to dive in today. We've got 6 speakers, 6 projects, and yeah, it's great to have you here today. Welcome and welcome to the BGA. Thanks for taking the time out. Thank you. I know some of you joined us in NYC last week and I wasn't there, so I'm super excited to see your projects and all of your projects. So I know we've got a lot of presentations and an hour, so without further ado, let's jump straight in. And I'll hand the screen over to Can from Elderon, and let's get going.
Yeah, great. Hello, guys. I'm Can from Elderon. I'm co-founder and CEO of Elderon, and we are quite excited about what we are doing. And it's an RPG game with AI integration and supports PvE and PvP mods. And I would like to start with our team. And we have 21 highly experienced gamers and developers in our team, and our head of game Tarek is developing the game since 2016. He started the game as early he started develop the game as hobby project, and he released the game on Steam in 2019. And 2 years ago we started to work together and made all the blockchain integration and add different mods to the game. And I'm Can. I have 12 years of marketing experience. I'm generally working with startups and as marketing manager. And we solved the problem in the Web2 games is lack of ownership of the assets, and you are not able to realize your money and your time into real life values. And also in the Web3 games, everyone knows fun and gameplay aspect is missing. And as Elderon, we offer a highly fun-focused game, and with 4 different modes like story mode, dungeon mode, Columbus mode, and PvP mode. And our game is support 4K graphics and will be available mobile, PC, and console. Right now, we have testnet on PC, and 6,000 player tested our game until November 22, and we stop our testnet on November 22 and receive all the feedback from the community and the players, and release the new testnet last week. And currently we have more than 800 players and testing our game. And Elderon has 4 different game modes. The one that you saw on the video with Dragon is campaign mode, and players will be experiencing the story of the game. And for the dungeon mode, gamers know the Diablo, and when you enter the dungeon in a Diablo and you're cleaning all the dungeon, grinding your heroes and dropping some items. The dungeon mode is similar to this. And Columbus mode, for the Columbus mode, you need to join a clan to play the game. And PvP arena mode, where you fight with other players. And on the PvP arena mode, there will be dragon fights and battleship fights. 2 weeks earlier, we integrated AI into our game. This is our old presentation. We don't have a time to renew it. Right now, players able to speak NPCs and about any subject, and NPCs improvising the situation. We integrated ChatGPT on it. And for the dungeon side, there is an autoplay section, and players will be able to develop and train their autoplay AIs. And this is another good thing about Elderon. Also on the PvP arena mode, in addition to champion fights, champion battles, dragon battles, and the naval fights, and there will be, AI versus AI fights. For example, Mel has an AI, I have an AI, and we will train those AI, and they will fight each other, and we will coach to those AIs. And actually, yeah, our goal is reaching 10,000 players at the end of the Q2, and our game will be releasing on end of this month, and our token launch will be on 22nd of April on CD5, GameFi, Org, and Red Kite. And our goal is reaching 100K players at the end of this year. And we have an original soundtrack album, and it's quite good if you love medieval fantasy and medieval theme songs. You definitely listen this album, and probably this is the first one on the blockchain market that a game has its own soundtrack. And we have different token utilities, but the main utility is staking and farming for the investors, and for the gamers there are lots of utilities like purchasing arena tickets, NFTs, and players will be able to rent their NFTs using Elda tokens. And for example, I don't have a good item for the PvP mode. I can go through the NFT marketplace and rent from someone's NFTs and join with this NFT to PvP mode. And our partners are CD5, BNB Chain, and as I mentioned, our launchpad is GameFi or Great Guide, and CD5. Our market maker is Godbit, and we will be on different platforms for our game, and there will be different community platforms. And yeah, that's all actually. I can say that. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask. I would like to answer those questions. And thank you so much for listening.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Can. Yeah, super exciting with the integration of AI as well, and token utility. So look forward to seeing more. Thanks a lot for presenting. Great. Let's move on to Snickerdoodle Labs with Jonathan. Let me get your screen up and please take it away.
Great. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you might find yourself today. My name's Jonathan Padilla. Very, very happy to be speaking to you guys today. Just quickly, my background, I've been in the Web3 space now for 6 years. Before starting Snickerdoodle, I ran global blockchain strategy at PayPal, launching that product in both the PayPal and Venmo wallets. So if you've been in Bitcoin or Ethereum, the joke I like to tell people is I've already made you a lot of money. My team helped start the last bull market. Let me talk really briefly about what we're doing here at Snickerdoodle. The vision is creating direct relationships between brands and people. And the short of it is this. When I was at PayPal, the biggest problem I had was I had to go to my C-suite and justify we're going to do this build, we're going to have this product, but I had no data. I had an inability to have a data-driven decision. And this is really, really difficult. Most businesses have had the notion of we have insights, we have some sort of data that says we should do this activity. So what that doesn't exist in Web3. You have some firms that do KYC and AML, like say a TRM Labs or Chainalysis. On the other end, you have firms like Nansen that are doing trading signal. But today, nobody has been able to effectively go over and figure out how to do this from a consumer perspective. And this is what we're really doing. We're a privacy-first company. We know that there are a couple major trends. One, consumers don't want to be doxxed. This is, I think, an ethos we all share here today. We know that cookies are going away and that regulation is making this more difficult for companies to collect data. And we know with the advent of zero-knowledge proofs, technology is going to make it incredibly difficult to monitor on-chain reactions. So what is Snickerdoodle actually built? We've enabled a way for users to own and control their own data. With one click, all the data that you've gotten for years from Facebook or Google can be ingested into your data wallet. Brands are able to use all this data to make informed decisions. Users share this with consent. And this creates a way for any Web3 or frankly even Web2 firm to be able to have data-driven decisions and understand who your users are. Right now, you probably see a few wallet addresses, and that makes it very difficult to iterate product, to target users for advertising, and do the things that help you do customer acquisition and revenue growth. Snickerdoodle solves for all of this, providing a rich suite of data that layers both Web3 and Web2. And just to reemphasize, this is all done in a privacy-first way where you can't be doxxed, and the technology we've built has made this an incredibly powerful ally for anybody building in the Web3 space. What's the core of the technology? It starts with a data wallet. This isn't a crypto wallet. If your game has its own crypto wallet, or you're using a white label from, say, a MetaMask or a Phantom or any of these other types of applications, this layers directly into this. And with 4 lines of code, this can be injected to give you full functionality to drop airdrops, rewards, both Web 2 and Web 3 rewards. This is really, really exciting. So this is powerful. If your game is a killer app and you have a lot of users and you're looking for ways to monetize beyond just selling NFTs or other types of swaps like a lot of other crypto wallets do, this provides a turnkey monetization model that can generate the models we've run for MetaMask and Phantom, 8 to 9 figure revenue over the course of the next 4 to 5 years. So apart from just having this be a way for individuals to own and control their data, this becomes a turnkey way for games to make significant amounts of revenue in a way that is not intrusive to their users, and in a way that allows users to have curated experiences, over the course of their involvement with your game or even other games that they might discover in the course of their online activity. It's a super, super simple process. New consumers download a wallet, they connect some of their crypto wallets to it. They can add their Web 2 and Web 3 data. And just to emphasize, with one button, the years of data you've had for Facebook and Google can be added to your own data wallet, meaning individuals for the first time at scale can now truly wield everything that big tech has used against them and use it to make money on their own end, which we think is a fundamentally paradigm shift of how things work. And then to kind of make this all work on the business side, we have a full stack marketing platform. This is what we consider to be the Google Analytics of Web3. This is something that consumers for a long time have been asking for. We've done countless, hundreds of hours of customer research, and this allows a full stack marketing platform. You have analytics, dashboarding, the ability to target airdrops, do loyalty rewards, and into the fall, what we're really excited about at Snickerdoodle is we're launching the first decentralized Web3 advertising. You'll be able to do direct to consumer ads targeted in this privacy first way to reach your customers, to grow your base, to engage with them, and do everything that helps you have very successful, quantifiable customer acquisition. Just to wrap up here on the latter end, this is a way for brands to get zero-party data. The neat thing is you have all the data you would expect in Web 2, but you do it without having to custody that data, meaning you don't have to worry about GDPR. You don't have to worry about storage and security aspects. Snickerdoodle never owns data. The companies we work with don't have to own it either. Our fundamental ethos is that individuals should be the best and final aggregation point for their own data. And this allows us to be compliant with GDPR and do a number of these things in a very turnkey, easy way. Just really quickly on Web3 gaming, we see this as probably one of our most exciting use cases. This is something where in exchange for an NFT, an in-game item, a skin, whatever it could be, it's a way for brands to have that direct relationship and that consent from their users and have a very turnkey way to get a large number of users to share their data. So we're already working with a number of Web3 games in the space, and would be happy to talk to any game in the organization here to how this could be expanded to get data on your users. And that's really it. Right now, we're doing a number of verticals across a lot of L1s and L2s. We have a mobile app launching next week, and advertising capabilities are on the docket for later this year. With that, Mel, I'm wrapped up.
Awesome. Thanks very much. Super interesting, super exciting for gaming and for users. So thank you very much. Let's move on. Okay, next we have Slava from Lifty, and here we go.
Hi guys, hope you can hear me well.
We can
I'm
hear you.
Slava.
Right?
I'm CEO of Lifty. It's a Web3 gaming platform, so we're building a platform for Web3 games and gamers. And the problems we're trying to solve here, like for gamers, it's very hard and unsafe to explore and play these blockchain games. For games, it's really hard to attract new players and maintain the retention of the existing ones. And for both of them, there are like too many bots, too many bounty hunters, too many fake volumes, and total absence of the like some kind of cross-chain, cross-platform reputation. So we are building like inside of Lifty, we are building two main solutions, two main products. First of all, it's a Games Explorer, then Gamer Profile, and Marketplace Aggregator. So with the Games Explorer, users are allowed to like find the most interesting, trending, fun, and maybe profitable games. We're trying to combine the information about, of course, the gameplay and the fun aspect of the game, but also we're trying to provide like the Web3 analytics about the game, like how many players there are, how many like what are like NFT trading volumes, if there are some kind of token rewards, etc., etc. And for this, on-chain analytics, we have like our own very specific and advanced analytics platform. We get all this data from blockchain. And of course, reviews, ratings, and events explorer. So everything you want to know about these blockchain games, you can find everything on Lifty. So the second part is gamer profile, and inside of this gamer profile, we are trying to combine the on-chain statistics of the gamers, like Web3 statistics from the wallets, which Web3 games they played, how many NFTs they own, etc. And we are combining these stats with traditional gamer stats, with your Steam profile, with your Epic profile, and with this data, we like rewarding user with some kind of gamer score and special badges and achievements. And the higher gamer score the player has, like the better access he has to some kind of special offers from the games, limited drops, some maybe NFTs, and other rewards from games. And of course, we are implementing ratings, competitions, tournaments, and very important part here is we are implementing the custom achievements and tasks from games, which can be like gameplay based. In example, we can create a task from Underdog's game, like kill 10 zombies in a day, etc., etc. And the users who completed these tasks, they also can be rewarded from the game. So games can test some gameplays here, or maybe attract some NFT holders, etc. And overall, our goal is to connect gamers and games in a more efficient way. So as a Web3 game, you have like different stages of your launch. You have like gameplay tests, you have some NFT sales, maybe token sales, etc. And for these different stages, you need like the relevant audience. And we help these games to create events on the Lifty platform and then score the players and segment them. And basically, as you can see on the picture, to choose the right segments of players, of users for the right events from their game. And of course, we help to filter all the bots and maybe some bounty hunters, etc. All the negative users kind of stuff. And the third part is marketplace aggregator. So basically, we have a built-in marketplace, and we are trying to aggregate as many different marketplaces and gaming collections as possible. And of course, the marketplace itself is designed for gamers. An example, we have some special features like you can swap the NFTs instead of trading them for money. You can create some bundles and then swap these bundles, and many more special designed for gamers like features. As we are here, we also provide some services for the other Web3 companies and actually for the Web3 games. So first of all, we provide ready-to-use API or white label marketplace solution. So if you creating a game and you need a marketplace built inside of your game, we can provide this kind of solution for you. And for the small games, we provide the solution totally for free because we want to grow together. So we have the SDKs for Unity, Unreal Engine, for JavaScript, and some other systems. So please don't hesitate to contact me if you need this kind of marketplace built into your game. And of course, we provide some player statistics and on-chain game analysis for the B2B company, for other businesses. So I think in a nutshell, that's it. We already have some traction. We started to work on this company 2 years ago. Since then, we achieved some cool results. We have more than 30 million in trading volumes. We have 1.5 million in revenue. We have more than 250,000 of total users. Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you for attention.
Great. Thanks very much, Slava. Thank you for presenting. Awesome project. I look forward to seeing more from you too. Okay, next up we have Robert from Metaboys. Robert, if you'd like to share your presentation.
Yeah, let me do that. Is it on the right screen? It should say Metaboy BGA intro.
Yeah, perfect. You're
awesome.
There.
Well, thanks a lot for having me. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Metaboy. We originally launched on the GameStop NFT marketplace and platform about 9 months ago, and we gained some level of notoriety for being the first NFT project to sell out on the platform. And we think it's because of our really cute and adorable, universally appealing IP and characters, as you can see here. I'm going to go into the problem statement, a bit about the team, the problems we're trying to solve, our focuses, and our products. Starting with the problem statement, I mean, you've heard it here from a lot of the other folks in the BGA, and I think that's why we're all here. Web 2 gaming doesn't allow for true ownership. Web 3 gaming is typically not fun. From what I've seen of most Web 3 gaming, it's mainly focused on play to earn or play and earn models, which makes it more of a job instead of focusing on competence, autonomy, related to satisfaction, like typical game design core principles. And the last one is game development is extremely hard. There was a stat I read recently, 70% of indie games turn a profit. 7% of the games that turn enough of a profit can make the next game. That's pretty wild. So the competition is stiff, right? So for us, we think the solution is lean into our core differentiator of an IP, of our IP. So center on decentralized game development with a winning IP for all people of all ages to deliver fun and engaging gaming and metaverse experiences where gamers own their own assets. So how do we do that? We invest in core asset packages for 3D and 2D gaming assets. So models, animation, sprite sheets for all your different kind of out-of-the-box animation flows like dying, running, falling, attack animations, etc. We give you full commercial and personal license rights to your Metaboy models and assets. And we allow and invite any game developer to create and monetize games for Metaboy using our IP by investing in that core gaming asset pack. So here are some of our values. I'll just list these out really quickly. MetaFam first, we intentionally include. Dream big, work hard, and have fun. We have high integrity, so be honest, be accountable. And I always like to think we don't have egos. Beginner and growth mindset, always, no exceptions. So some market trends that indicate a bit of our strategy. The way I talk to my developers is, we're really competing in 3 markets. The last one, Metaverse as a Service, is a lagging bet, but NFTs is projected to grow to 30 billion by 2025, gaming to 225 billion, Metaverse as a Service 476. And I always tell our developers, like, every line of code we write should synergize in capturing more users and more market share expansion in each of these if we center on our MetaFam and our NFT holders and baking in utility there. So why would we be able to kind of change the narrative of that 70% of games fail to turn a profit and then 7% only make enough money for the next project? We think we have a strong IP that has been tested across every age group, every person of different socioeconomic backgrounds, different countries, different regions, and people love our IP. It shows in our NFT sales. And one core differentiator is I think we have a winner with the IP, and people could see themselves in it. They love imagining themselves as a Metaboy or a Metagirl, or using our Metapets. And our cost of game development's extremely hard. Our cost of game development, if you look at the actual characters, they're all like square, rectangular, rigid bodies. And so what that means is multiplicatively, our game development speed is faster. Any investment we make in animation work applies to all of our characters, and all of our characters are 1-for-1s. So we now have 2 flagship collections across 2 different chains. Loopring L2, which is a zero knowledge rollup on Ethereum L1. That's the GameStop launch. We recently launched, if everybody's heard of Bitcoin ordinals, that's the new craze. And so that became a $4.5 billion industry overnight. So we recently launched ordinals and a stacks collection in the Bitcoin ecosystem. That's another 10K 1-for-1 avatar collection. And so when I say like our game development cost is lower, I mean literally because we have an IP that is mainly the same kind of body set. The armatures are the same, the rig bodies are the same. So when we invest in animations, it goes a lot further. So some differentiators, universal appeal, I kind of mentioned that. We've tested across kids, my grandpa, those types of folks. And I think, in product work, you always think about how do you cross the chasm from early adopters, innovators to the early majority. And I think we have a winning IP that could help with the mass adoption problem into Web3 via gaming and metaverses, with how cute our characters are. I'm obviously biased, we have free word of mouth marketing, which to me is like the beginnings of product market fit, and we could just deepen that. But our MetaFam community is about 4,000 holders strong plus. They're willing to spread our brand organically and passionately. Operational efficiency. So because we have a bunch of passionate gamers in our community who are token holders, our concept development and user testing validation efforts are quicker with tight feedback loops. And we have very passionate gamers that are willing to test our ideas in games almost immediately. They'll take any survey, they'll play test, etc. And that's extremely valuable to us as a smaller startup game studio. Another operational efficiency, I kind of touched on this a little bit, but what does decentralized game dev mean? What that means to us is we give away the gaming assets for our IP with universal appeal, and that ensures that we can allow any game developer to go make a bet on making games on top, and they don't have to focus on some of the traditionally more expensive lifts of animation, modeling, rigging, etc. And they know that they're building something with universal appeal. So that allows us to kind of sprinkle seeds around, I always say to the development team of, hey, like we could just make a ton of asymmetric bets with high upside for game development investments. So why will we compete and win? Every line of code we write increases our ability to capture more market share in the NFT, gaming, and metaverse markets, which are growing and emerging. Every investment we make in our gaming assets is an asymmetric bet on deepening product market fit for the media franchise itself for low risk as a company. Every time we run a game jam, which is core to what we're doing, and I'm going to talk about a game jam we have coming up soon, we have the potential to hit a home run with a game with high traction and virality for the Metaboy franchise, while also bringing creators and game devs along in the journey. So what are the products? I've talked about the product of our media franchise a lot. But we've released a mobile app into alpha, which is like our entry way into our gaming ecosystem. This is our foray into metaverses. This is called the Metaboy Lounge. You could go download your Metaboy assets. You could share them with friends. There's basic arcade functionality in here with cross-platform leaderboards. And this is available on mobile for alpha right now, focused on Android. Because iOS, I think, doesn't like NFTs, and we'll wait for that to change. But it's also available cross-platform on browser, so you can go to metaboy.run/metaboy-lounge and play that. We have a game that it's a can't stop, won't stop browser game developed on the Metaboy IP, originally developed from a game jam. We've polished it up because it got a decent amount of traction. We run a lot of tournaments around this with NFT and ETH prize pools. That seems to bring in a lot of gamers and users, and now we're polishing it up, bringing it to mobile. We have an upcoming Metaboy Rumble game, which is an AI simulator game. You're a Metaboy sergeant who is in charge of Metaboy squads that you could use to battle enemies daily, weekly, monthly, and that really fosters community engagement in community-wide tournaments and such. And this is where the on-chain data like the Metaboy traits determine gameplay characteristics, which will incentivize collection. We think we have a really collectible brand. We're investing in physical merchandise. So we want to get these into the hands of kids around the world, into different households. And so we're investing in bricks and plushies, and then, your typical like physical merchandise type swag. Here's what I mean by decentralized game dev. So we're focused on like, this is the sprite sheet view, the 3D view. I have in a different slide in a different deck, but we focus on a core set of high quality asset packages for game developers who want to take our assets and go into any gaming market or gaming genre they want with our IP. Call to action. We have a Metaboy Game Jam coming up. This is on May 12th. We're putting up a 1 ETH prize pool with NFTs for participating and NFTs for winning. The first place NFT, I think the last sale I saw of that was like a 5 ETH a few months ago. So we're putting up ETH and we're putting up NFTs that are worth a lot. It's like some of our more rare NFTs. So if you want to join the game jam, here's the itch link and here's a QR code to our Discord. Go ahead and create a ticket there if you want to join. Lastly, just calling this out to anybody that's watching this, we're trying to grow our unique holder count and user base. So if you join our Discord, say you heard me talk in this BGA intro, set up a Stacks wallet, you'll get a free Metaboy NFT from our just launched new flagship collection on the Stacks ecosystem. And other Web3 game studios, super down to collab. I think rising tide floats all boats and we're all in this together. And that's it for me. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thanks very much. Sounds super exciting. And yes, they are super cute characters. They're making me smile running on the screen.
Thank you so much. I'll tell our chief creative officer. He's the creative genius behind it.
Cool. Thanks for sharing your presentation. Awesome. Okay, next up we have Martin from Gaming. Let me get you up and running. Please feel free to take it away.
Thank you, Mel. Hi, everybody. I'm Martin, co-founder and CEO at Gaming. Today, I'm talk a little bit about our project. Gaming is a Web3 gaming infrastructure and esports project. And we believe that we're set to be one of the key gateways for the mass adoption of Web3 games and blockchain technology. And I'm going to take a few minutes just to explain why I actually think that. Okay, there's 6 parts to the gaming project. Today, I'm going to talk about our gaming platform, our developer tools, the gaming cloud that we've developed, and our professional esports organization with some really cool teams in it called Gaming Gladiators. Okay, before we start, I'm going to review quickly a few stats about the gaming industry. I know we're all in this industry, but our research team came up with some fascinating figures that I'd really like to share because I think it's going to help cement something we already know, that we're all in the right place at the right time. So there's 3.2 billion gamers on the planet right now. If we exclude the really young and kind of the really old, it's basically half the planet that's a gamer, okay? And I know we talk, huge numbers in the gaming industry, and sometimes the gaming industry, because the numbers are so big, right, it's kind of hard to give some meaning to them. So let me put some perspective to the industry that we're all in here, okay? The music industry right now is a $20 billion industry. The film industry is an $80 billion industry. So that means the gaming industry right now is 3 times larger than the whole of the film and music industry combined, and we're growing faster than they ever did, okay? So, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think of it. But it gets better. I come from a marketing point of view, and one of the key things from marketing is not just the size of a market, but the level of engagement, yeah? And in our case, gamers game, almost all gamers every day. It's huge. Not only that, it's a truly global phenomenon. And this is why I think we're in the right place at the right time, because in the coming years, all of these gamers are going to make the transition from Web 2 to Web 3 games. It's going to happen pretty much seamlessly. And just the way we did as internet users, we made the transition from Web 1 to Web 2. Yeah, we didn't even notice it was happening. The web experience just became better, became richer, and that's exactly where we are today at the beginning of this. And that's why it's so important to appreciate and grab the moment right now to capitalize on this transition. So let me show you how we're doing it. First of all, this is the first part of our project. We call it an evolutionary gaming platform. It's a full-featured Web3 gaming platform and game launcher. It's built for PC gamers. It's currently in MVP stage with 20,000 test users on it. It's fully functional, fully available for download right now. It has all of the regular things. It's got a multi-chain Web3 wallet, a whole bunch of gamification built in, achievements, play and earn. We've just added a watch and earn to it. In fact, you can actually just install this and then do nothing at all and earn. I'm going to explain how that's possible right now. We have a referral program and a whole bunch of features and more along the way. It's built for the present and the future of Web3 gaming. What do I mean by that? The fact that we're EVM compatible, all the future integrations, we built it on the Elderon programming framework. It's the same programming framework used by Slack and Spotify and Discord and Twitch and WhatsApp. It allows for huge cross-platform capabilities and, kind of infinite scaling. And here's the important thing. It solves 3 big problems for the 1.5 billion global Windows PC gamers. It helps them pay for their gaming. I'm going to explain how we do that in a minute. Basically, we monetize their unused, their spare computational resources via our gaming cloud. Yeah. Something that's been discussed a couple of times already, we offer true ownership of digital game assets. Not only that, we actually were the first company in the world to develop cross-game compatibility between digital game assets. So that's really cool tech as well. And anybody who uses our developer tools, which I'm going to show now, has the ability to do that. We also act as a launch pad for new and exciting Web3 games. In the process of developing our platform, we developed a series of developer tools, SDK and APIs, and they very quickly allow a game developer to add Web3 functionality, features, and benefits to any existing game. We have a sandbox where a game developer can access our sandbox, test their games. They can get suggestions and advice and feedback, not just from our test users, but also from our professional esports players. This is something we already did for the Harvest game. We had some of our professional esports players actually stream live playing the game and give feedback. Besides that, a game can launch on our platform to our enthusiastic audience, and also the option to have it promoted via our professional esports players. I mentioned earlier the gaming cloud. Our gaming cloud is a decentralized cloud computing platform, and the source of our data processing capability is our users' PC GPUs. Okay, we built it to be able to power blockchain computations, rendering, and AI. It's all automated. Once a user has downloaded and installed our gaming platform, the connection is automated to gaming cloud. It's optional and fully configurable. And this offers the end user, somebody who wants data processing, the ability to have instantly accessible, instantly scalable, very robust, and very cost-effective data processing capabilities. Okay, the importance of data processing and why this matters. Well, if data is now considered to be the oil of the new digital world, and demand far exceeds supply, data processing power is set to be one of the world's most valuable commodities. And when we talk specifically about the capability within the global gaming community, there's about $500 billion worth of GPUs sat in the gaming community right now. It's not used almost hardly ever to its full capacity. And just 30% of that represents 4.2 trillion hours of data processing power. It's huge. It's also eco-friendlier than a lot of data processing options, because we're basically piggybacking on the back of an existing resource that's already in use. Let me talk about our gaming gladiators, and I think this is a key thing that differentiates our project. Our gaming gladiators is a team of professional esports, various teams of professional esports players that we have. Let me just explain the importance right now of esports. There's probably no better example than this. According to ESPN figures, more people watch Max Verstappen, the world champion Formula One driver, more people watched him race in a virtual race than have watched him when he races in real world Formula One. which is just extraordinary. Yeah, the revenue that's pouring now into esports, mainly via sponsorship, is huge. We can take a look at some of the companies who are doing that right now, and you'll see these are global brands. Okay, the top esports organizations in the world are worth about $500 billion now. So this is no joke. Esports has grown into something huge. We have 4 teams that I'm going to show you today. We have our Dota 2 team. They're currently the world's #1 ranked Dota 2 team. Dota 2 is the highest prize money game in esports industry. 10 million monthly active users, fast growing, and a very, very popular, very powerful game. We have the current #1 PUBG mobile team in the world. They were 3rd when this slide were made. The recent results takes them to probably, we believe, #1. PUBG has 320 million monthly active players on the mobile version. We also have a Rocket team are #1 ranked in the region. And here you can see Rocket League, I beg your pardon, has another 90 million monthly active players. Apex Legends as well is our 4th team that I'm going to tell you about today. And again, 145 million monthly active players. The combined reach is colossal. Our esports team, Dota 2, won the last major in Lima, where we generated 5 billion impressions and had almost 500 million live viewers. Yeah, so esports is huge. It's growing. It's only getting bigger. This is basically what we do. We empower gamers as a company. We empower gamers who power Web3. And with Web3 set to be such an important part of the global economy, it's a wonderful position that we've got ourselves in here. Our esports organization gives us an extraordinary reach. And this is where we sit, gaming as an organization right now. This world of ours is still in its infancy, and there's a gap, a transition to be made to take all of this mainstream. And we've actually positioned ourselves to be one of the key components, one of the key players to help bridge that gap and move Web3 and blockchain and Web3 gaming forward. That's it, guys. Thank you very much. If anybody wants any more information, normally we do questions now. There's no time for that. So there's a link there to take a look at our deck. We'd love collaboration with anybody. It's a big space. There's room for everybody, and we're very excited. Thank you very much, Mel.
Thanks a lot, Martin. Awesome, super interesting and really exciting for now and for the future for the industry. So thanks for sharing. Great. Okay, let's move on. Last but not least, and thank you for your patience, Ian from Parcel. Let me grab your screen. Okay, fantastic. Please feel free to go for it.
Hey, Mel. Am I connected now? I think, yeah, I just needed to change things.
Yeah, you're there. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, hey, everyone. I'm co-founder and chief product officer of Parcel. Just to give you a little bit of background of what Parcel is, we started in the summer of 2021 as the Zillow for the metaverse. We really got into this as we were getting excited about Decentraland, Sandbox, Ember Sword, and this idea of this global earning layer that was emerging in this digital realm. And, I'm a big World of Warcraft player growing up, big Pokemon fan, built my own fan games. So just like really interested in like nerding out in the space in general. And as we sort of delved into that Zillow for the metaverse thesis, we understood that the creators in these worlds were looking to create sticky digital experiences. And when you really zoom out about that idea, sticky digital experiences are games. They're going to form the basis for the metaverse in general. So over the past year, we've been focused on building a marketplace specifically created for metaverses and games. But slowly we realized that that marketplace engine that we created could actually be used for much more than just Zillow for the metaverse. What we realized talking to these games, going out into more like utility gaming NFT assets, is that building a marketplace is hard. And a lot of these games have trouble building it in the first place, and maintaining it is even harder. So these Web3 games are forced to send players out of their ecosystem at the moment. They see a huge drop in player retention. They're unable to enforce royalties and fees due to these royalty rugs that are going on with the marketplace wars between Blur, OpenSea, everything that you see on the secondary market. There's a lot of fragmented secondary market liquidity out there that these games aren't able to capture by creating their own primary marketplaces, and they don't have a control of the user experience. So that's why we created Shopify for Web3 gaming. We are focused on building a flexible, usable gaming and gamer marketplace stack that's built to be able to fit whatever you need as a game and what you need for your gamers. Where we sit here in terms of the liquidity stack is we sit between OpenSea and Blur and all these other liquidity providers. We also provide our own primary marketplace functionality in terms of buys and sells, and we plug into the front end and application layer of these games in the of an API, an SDK, and a full service white label marketplace. So the API is out there for these smaller indie games that want to experiment with marketplace functionality, SDKs in Unity, Unreal, and JavaScript, anything that any of these games need to be able to power their web-based or in-game marketplaces, and full service marketplaces for those larger clients who already are running games and don't want to divert those engineering resources to build and maintain what turns out to be a pretty complicated process. Right now, we're teaming up with Avalanche, Ethereum, Immutable X, and Polygon. We power their trades through our marketplace. We're focused on there because we see a ton of top quality, high quality games flocking to these ecosystems. And we're working very closely with the Avalanche gaming team to allow for use in cross communication across subnets as well. Coming soon, we're going to L2s like Optimism and Arbitrum. And in fact, we've gotten a grant to work and integrate Arbitrum into our system. What we really provide is the base layer marketplace API functionality, and that's what we're really focused on. We have a team of a very small and powerful team of 8 people that are focused on providing aggregated liquidity, multi-chain checkout, and improving that user experience. But that's really just the beginning. We have partners like Halliday providing item trials and buy now, pay later, ReNFT providing rentals and lending that are built on top of us. This is sort of a plug-in system that enables us to be able to bring these building blocks out to the broader community and have them build what gamers need and what they see gamers need, while we're able to focus on what really matters, which is the transactional layer, being able to swap and buy these NFTs within these games. So our business model is we just take 1% of sales through the API. We are a free tier, $0 a month, up to 1 million API calls. Again, this is for these smaller indie dev games, people that are just starting out in the space and want to get a handle on things. And then we go up a little further, step by step, as we need to start getting more hands-on with these games and helping them with these integrations and maintaining in terms of like white glove service, things like that. So how do we do all of this? How are we able to build this marketplace API layer? Well, we have this proprietary data indexing and ingestion pipeline called Dexter that takes in these transaction logs, these events, NFT metadata, anything like that from various partners, almost like Legos in the same sense that we have the plugin system on top of us. We have, we utilize Seaport, Alchemy, and Fura to be able to reconcile all these on-chain and off-chain listings and metadata, pipe them through our transformation algorithm to augment and analyze and organize all this information in a way that's better presentable for games and gamers. And you can pipe that into any platform where data is stored and consumed. Right now, we're focusing on games and gamers, but we're also working with launch pads that want to build a marketplace themselves. We're working with games that have marketplaces inside of their game that gamers power by themselves, and we're also dealing with infrastructure partners are building other parts of the stack but don't have the resources to be able to build this marketplace API engine themselves. So right now we're in closed alpha. So if we're handing out API keys to those who are signed to integrate our marketplace and marketplace functionality in. But if you'd like to contact us and get to know the platform a little bit more, just go ahead and scan my Telegram QR code and let's talk. Let's see how we can build this together. Thank you. Yeah, and this is just our team right here. And you can see my co-founder, CEO Noah right now. And we have just a small and powerful team from companies like Apple, Capital One that are here to back us and build this up. So thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ian. Lots of great stuff going on. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, for sharing your projects today and what you're doing and taking the time to join this live presentation. So thank you. And thanks to everyone who's tuned in to watch. And if you'd like to share any of your links, guys, you can share them in the private chat, and I can share them with members if there are any things you'd want to share. And yeah, great. So thanks a lot. And hope to see you soon. I know that we're in Austin next week. The team will be there. So if you're there, come and say hi to us at Consensus. And otherwise, hope to catch you somewhere soon. Thank you very much. Bye.